G'day YouTubers. Last fishing episode I went out and I didn't really know what I wanted to do with the video until I met a couple of fellas out at Curtin Reef. After talking to them I had a bit of an idea of what I wanted to do, came home and edited the video, and by the time I'd finished I had a really clear idea of what I wanted to do with a lot of my videos from now on. So this time I went out with a very clear idea of what I wanted to achieve, and if it could go wrong it did. It started when I got to the ramp. For the first time ever I dropped a bung, rolled in under the boat, and of course it was pitch black being wee hours of the morning, and I had to crawl around under the boat and try and find the bung. And I can tell you now that was the high point of the day. It just went downhill from there. But let's have a look at the trip anyway. I woke up early this morning, so super early start, an hour ahead of schedule, but that never hurts. Always better to be early than late. My plan for this trip was to test out the bottom tracking capabilities of my downrigger, which I just hooked up a transducer to. At the same time I was going to take some screenshots of the structure on the bottom and take some marks of that structure, because in the area that I was going there's a lot of structure that I don't think anyone knows about. They fish some major publicly known marks, but there's a lot of marks in between that are worth a look. Anyway, that was the plan. I spent about 3 hours trolling around the area, or trying to troll around the area with the downrigger, but most of that 3 hours was spent untangling the bird's nest that was created through a feature of the downrigger that I wasn't aware of, and that is the clutch loosens when you are bottom tracking. I found that out on Google after I returned. Anyway, that was so frustrating that I couldn't bring myself to video it. What you're looking at now is the piece of the stainless steel wire that broke off as a result of the bird's nest. I managed to grab hold of it and salvage the wire, plus the big lead ball and everything else that was on the other end of it. Fortunately I had some leather gloves which allowed me to pull it all up. You'd think that with all that trolling around I would have at least managed to get the marks that I wanted to get and the screen captures of the structure on the bottom, but that wasn't to be either. It was a last minute decision again to go, and in my rush to pack up the night before, I forgot to put the SD card into the sounder that was going to record all this information. So, in spite of pushing the button, none of that was recorded. Okay, well today's not going to plan at all. I've had problems with the downrigger, broke the wire on it, got all the terminal tackle back and the weight, but wire broke up near the spool end. So I lost a fair bit of wire off it. I've re-rigged it. I'll go back to trying it again after, but I've put it aside for the moment, just in favour of doing a bit of trolling for some mackerel. Heading over between Green and King Islands at the moment, and I'll double back over towards the Small Ships Channel. When I get back there and I still haven't got anything, I'll reconsider what I'm going to do by way of fishing. It took a while, but the wind's dropped off as predicted, which has made it much more pleasant out here. It was okay before, but it was a little bit choppy. But I hope you can see it in the video, the colour of this water. It's yucky. No other word for it. I don't think I'm going to get any fish in here. I did the circuit right through in between King and Green Islands. You can see there, out there, it's a bit bluer where I went in, but coming out this way, she's not real nice at all. Don't know what stirred it up here, but yeah, I'm not going to get anything till we get out into that blue, I think. You can see it up there ahead of us, but not far to go now. And hopefully the fish will reappear on the sounder once we get into that. There's no point in speeding up because I got the trolling lures in, and I'd have to pull them up if I wanted to go too much faster, so just wait for it to happen. The camera might pick it up from this angle. That dirty water is just a streak going through there. As you can see the clean blue on either side of it. I haven't found any schoolies yet, at least no hungry ones. I did see some fish on the sounder which I think might have been schoolies, just from the fact that they're hanging up in the water column and seem to be moving around a bit, but they wouldn't take the lures. So I'm in the Rouse channel now, see if I can, well, in the Small Ships channel going into the Rouse, see if I can see anything in there. I got one popped, but I think it's just because there's some seaweed on it.
Thought we might have been going to get some excitement at long last, but wasn't to be. Oh, I did get a fish. Taken me about 6 hours, but I got one. Not one I wanted, unfortunately. Another bloody grinner. You're burly. I just came out of the Rouse Channel and I thought I hit the mother load of all mackerel schools. It was just thick with fish swimming at about, or anywhere between 12 and 30 feet, mostly around the 20-foot mark. Threw out the trolling lines again. I thought, oh geez, I'm going to get something here. I went backwards and forwards through the school and I didn't touch them. It just doesn't look like it's my day today, although it is a beautiful day out on the water, and that counts for something.
Well, there you go. That was a mega dismal day. As far as capturing the video I wanted went, as far as testing the downrigger out in bottom tracking mode, and as far as getting fish in the boat went. Once the wind died down, it was a great day out on the water. That's about all that could be said for it. I didn't even get the track that I normally put up in the videos to show you where I've been, but never mind, I will get it all the next trip. I've already planned where I want to go. It will happen soon. I'll make a last minute decision as usual and head out when the wind looks good. There's quite a lot of areas around the bay where there's a lot of public marks that are well known, but in amongst them there's some other marks that I don't think many people know about because I never see anyone fishing on them. So I'm going to work on putting some of them out in my videos. When I'm trolling around, I come across a lot of these little things that you don't see when you're just speeding through the bay, and hopefully it'll all come together on the next few trips. So until then, good fishing.